Hey Ryan, how are you? This is Ali, and now I am discussing the flow for getting the alert definitions from the pump, and I described that how the unit purpose and the sensor unit is append with that alert with the alert definitions which belongs to set water, and how we use these unit purpose and sensor unit in our set water chart building. So this is our set water SQL query. When we run that query, it will give us the alerts from the project alert. So for example, this is the low usage alert for set water serial SN014, and here I will show you. Yeah, so this is the sensor unit and the set sensor unit per pulse value. These unit sensor unit per pulse and sensor unit values are fetched with the alert definitions and save in the map database. And after that, we run our loader flow which triggers some alerts, use that alert definitions, and in our dashboard stats flow, uh, these alert definitions are used uh, and calculate the stats for some specific project. So when we I will show you when we open uh, give me a second. Yeah, so this is the production. So give me a second, I switched this from summary view to alerting view. Okay, I filter some no usage alert. Hmm. Okay, so from here this is the timeline for the alert. This is the alert type, there the standard type. So the alert definition which are actually fetched in the set word SQL query, and that information is present here, and when we click on it, it will go and fetch the historical data for that specific alert and build the chart. So the sensor unit and the unit purpose value is actually with that alert definition. So when you click on it, it will go and fetch the historical data and display the chart, and use the sensor unit and its sensor unit and unit purpose value which are actually fetching from the set water query in that chart building. So if the site water query did not return any type of alert, for example, if we create a new project and did not assign any type of alert, then we must display that chart in the summary view. So in summary view, actually the previous logic for fetching the historical data is that we fetch the historical data, and we use this alert definition information in our chart building, but for now we fetch the definition in the from the backend, and append that alert definition which is the latest alert definition with latest unit purpose and sensor unit, and in response for historical data we append that alert definition and we use the latest information in our chart building. So because in summary view, when we have no alert against some project, and then there is no alert definition, and we trigger the alert history fetching by implementing the temporary alert definition, and we append as set water communicator serial number and fetch that serial number data, and at that time we don't have any information for unit purpose and sensor unit. So in that scenario, we fetch the set water meter for that specific assessment from the sensors, and if there is a unit purpose and sensor unit is information is there, then we append that in with the alert definition, and we use that alert definition in the chart building. So this is actually the way for how we use the unit purpose and sensor unit in our chart building. And so okay, so for SN for the communicator SN286, we you the email in the email you see that the chart, because there is no alert definition. For example, the ID for this is give me a second, I will open that project. For example, 410. So this is the project which has previously uh, here you can see that. So when you open that, you will see that there is no water alert against that project. So in that scenario, there is no alert definition. So here you see that there is no accessibility standard type, and this means that there is no usage alert. So when we use the water query against that project, so this is the project ID for that specific project. When you run the water query against that project, it will not give you the water alerts. Here you see that all the other alert types are there, but there is no water alerts. So in that scenario, we don't have any information of unit purpose and gallons. So in that scenario, we want this assessment, because this is a water project. So we want in this project, in the summary view, to build a chart for water, which is actually assigned to him. So when we fetch the data from the communicator, we see that this assessment belongs to SN286. So we must display the chart in the summary view. So for that scenario, we fetch the information unit purpose and sensor unit from the sensor and append that with the historical data, and we use that. So from now, every alert definition which is actually clicked from here or in the summary view, uh, so we don't use this alert definition. We fetch the latest alert definition and append that alert definition in the historical response, and use that alert definition in the chart building for all the alerts which belongs to all projects. So this is the way for fetching the alert definitions and use the information of alerts in the chart building, or in the dashboard stats flow generation, or in the alerts triggering. So all this is all the flow for using the alert definition information. So if you have any feedback, any question regarding to the flow, then kindly update me. Thank you.